Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is JT and this is the XO Budget. Today I have a couple of things that I want to reset within my system as well as reset my wallet for the week. So if you'd like to learn more, just keep watching and let's get into it. Alright you guys, so just like I said in my intro, I am wanting to do a few things with my setup as well as reset my wallet. I know that I had been alluding to a couple of these things in some of my previous videos, but today we're actually going to be doing it and I decided to film it so that way you guys can hang out with me and see how I'm going to be putting some things together. So first, let's go ahead and start with my wallet. I actually don't have a lot of money in here. That's because I really just kind of depleted it. There was a lot going on. I actually took out all my receipts as well, and I don't have any coins because I took out my coins too. There's some things that I just I needed to get rid of in my wallet, and I didn't really keep the change. I think it's actually just sitting in my car right now. But yeah, I still have some money in some of these, but for the most part, it's all pretty depleted. So let me go ahead and put this off to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my daily expenses so that way we can reset for the week. So we're going to first start off with gas and charging. Gas and charging still has 25 because I did not fill up at all. So I'm just actually going to move this over because I do want to fill up soon. I'll keep this 5. So I'll keep 50 in my wallet for now because I know at some point this week I am going to want to fill up. So there's 50 in there. I'm going to leave this 5 here in my binder. I don't know where that's sticking. There you go. And then next would be groceries. And I actually still have a 10, which is a little surprising. But I am 20, 30, 35, 40. I'm going to keep that 50 in there and add this 10 back in here because normally I stuff 50 into my wallet, but I do have some left over here because I do save my rollover. So since I am rolling it over, now we have 20, 30, 40, 45, 50 still going into my wallet, just in a different denomination. And that means I still have 50 left over that I'm going to keep into this groceries envelope in my binder. So that way, I do like to go to Costco to kind of get bulk items when it comes to some groceries and things like that. So because of that, I do like to save a little bit into my groceries, and also just in case I want to find other deals or something and I need a little bit more, it gives me a little bit of a buffer. For eating out, I usually do 25. So that's what we're going to do. So 25, we still have 10 left in our eating out envelope in our binder. We don't have anything to roll over, so I'll just go ahead and put this 25. Spending, I do have a 10 that I'm just going to roll over since I don't have anything left over in spending. Yeah, we don't have any rollover this time, which is totally fine other than the $10 from my groceries, which was kind of expected. I kind of had a weird week, and so I kind of did use up pretty much all of my spending and miscellaneous and my eating out just because a lot's been happening lately. So for miscellaneous, I normally like to keep 10, so I'm going to use these 2 bills because they're honestly a little crusty, so hopefully I get to get rid of these 5s, but also hopefully I get to save them so that way I'm not spending too much money. So that's it for that. And then for special bills, I did have one star note that I found when I was getting groceries and I got my change, so I am going to be putting this away. And now my wallet is all set for the week, which feels good. I am definitely thinking about changing out my wallet to one of the other wallets that I showed you guys in one of my videos. Not 100% sure yet, but I know that I do want to start using those other wallets from Trang's plan. So if you see me with a new wallet, my next cash stuffing, just know that that's kind of the plan. That's something that I'm looking to do. So I'm going to put this away. And I also wanted to go ahead and set up a couple of things. So when it comes to my Philippines envelope, I have been stuffing it quite a bit because I am planning on going to the Philippines sometime early next year. We're not 100% sure what the dates are, but it's, I think, sometime in February. And so because of that, and because of my last trip where I went to Hawaii, I realized that a travel binder was so nice. And the way that I did my travel binder last time, which if you haven't watched that video yet, I can go ahead and link it or put it in like the end screen. But essentially, or I'll put it in like the info. I know that you can put like a video in the info. I don't know, I'll figure that out. And so that way you guys can see that video of how I set up my travel binder for my last trip. But essentially I just took like some of the envelopes that I currently had in my wallets. I'm sorry, in my binders. And I just put that into a travel binder, took that with me, and then put everything back. But I think I actually really want to set up a travel binder. I had been debating if I wanted to, but just with the amount of traveling that I like to do and would want to continue to do, I just figured having a travel binder would just be nice, and it's not something that I would stuff all the time, but really in preparation for some trips and just being able to stay organized, I figured why not. So I do have all of these envelopes to be able to stuff today, so we are going to be setting up a binder, but there are a couple of tasks that I would like to do first in order to be able to really set this up. So for now, I'm going to put this back here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start going through and taking out some of the envelopes that I'm going to be transferring the funds from there into my new travel binder. So for example, Philippines, I am going to be reallocating this. And for Europe, I'm actually not going to move this into my travel binder. I haven't decided if I will yet. I most likely will not, just because I do want to keep it with my other long term, because I don't really have a date for this yet. So I am just going to keep this here for now. And this is going to go ahead and go away for now because I don't need this binder really anymore. And the other the other envelope that I want to go ahead and take out is going to be all the way in the back, and that's going to be travel. So instead of having just a travel envelope, which was kind of like a catch-all for anything that would be travel related, I'm actually going to be now converting this into a whole binder. So I'll put this to the side. I'll put these away. And one last thing that I really wanted to do, I know that I told you guys that I'd be doing this, but into my special bills, not my special bills, but my dollar savings, which is back here in its own binder, I'm actually going to be getting rid of some of the higher denominations. So my $1 savings I'm still going to keep, and I'm going to keep this going. But my $5, my $10, and my $20 savings challenge, these are all going to actually be reallocated into my travel binder. The reason why is because I kind of changed my system a little bit, where instead of my $5, $10, or $20 rollovers that I had in my wallet, instead of putting it into here, I've actually been rolling it over into the next week. So because of that, I'm not going to really be stuffing these anymore. So I figured I might as well just reallocate these into my travel binder. So that way I can use this amount, since I had originally just been saving this up to just pay an extra payment on my debt, which I still think would be useful, but knowing that my trip is coming up and I wouldn't really be able to save up enough for that trip, I don't want to put myself in more debt by having to use my card and then being irresponsible with how much I'm paying. So instead, I'm just going to reallocate these as well. And then that will really kickstart my savings for my Philippines trip. And then also, I want to use this dark green binder as my travel binder like I did last time. So I'm actually going to be getting all of the envelopes that are in here, and I am going to be moving it over. So I'll take all of these out. I'm going to keep this thing back here. So I am going to put this off to the side for now. And we are gonna move all of these into this binder. So let's see here. This is where I have my today is your opportunity to build, the tomorrow you want. I might actually move this one over. Yeah, I'm gonna move this one over to my travel binder and instead put the my financial future will be brighter than my past. I'll put that up here. I already have a savings challenge dashboard here, so I'm going to keep that and I'm going to put this away. I don't have a travel dashboard yet where I had like travel binder. I meant to make that, but I'm not going to lie, I just kind of forgot. So I'm just going to put this off to the side and I will eventually make a like titled travel binder dashboard. So that will go in the front. I'm going to keep my in the bank here as well. And yeah, I am gonna keep my $1 savings in the front. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my Sanrio savings, my $1 ABC, 5, 10, 20, my star notes, which by the way, let me actually put this one in here while we're here. So I'm going to put this here and then update my tracker. All right, so my star note tracker is updated and I put that star note away into this envelope. There we go. So I'm going to put this in the binder, and lastly, I'm going to go ahead and put this back here too. And I'm going to put this in front of my emergency fund, which is fully funded. But yeah, so now all of my savings challenges are all in one, or like my dollar savings, my Sanrio savings. Actually, I lied. I think I want to put Sanrio in front. There you go. So yeah, my Sanrio, my $1, and then all of my ABC challenges, and then my star notes. So it's like my special bills and my savings challenges are all gonna be in this binder. There you go. So that's gonna live there. And then now I actually want to move this over. This is me being super like picky about my setup and making sure everything is centered, which now it is. Okay, and so that's one less binder, a part of my setup. I'm probably gonna still be using my green binder, but not have it out all the time. Or I don't know, maybe I will, we'll see. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my green binder that originally had some of those savings challenges for, and I'm gonna start putting all of my new envelopes for my travel binder. And I'm actually gonna explain some of the envelopes because I did something kind of fun that I actually am really enjoying about my envelopes, which I'll show you in a minute. Let me just first put this dashboard here in the front, and then let's go back here. All right, so now I have all of these envelopes, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through all of the categories in the envelopes that I'm choosing. So first is gonna be flying. So this is pretty much anything like tickets, in-flight services, like if I wanna get internet and it's not paid for or something. Also, I am trying out a new font. It's kind of like this, I don't know, it's like an italic font. I was kind of like playing around with some fonts on Canva the other day, and I thought this was kind of cute. It honestly kind of reminds me of Budget with Maddie. I will link her and shout out her in my description box. I actually genuinely love her. She's so sweet. But her envelopes are so cute and classy, but I just wanted kind of the same vibe, so yeah. So anyway, so this is going to be flying, so it also shows underneath what it could be for. So there's flying, driving, so this would be anything like the rental car or paying for gas. If, for example, let's say it's a trip that is just solely driving and we're not actually flying, that is what driving is for. There's documents. Documents is essentially going to be for anything related to any document. So for example, like a passport, TSA pre-check, or even like if I were to get a visa or something, those are all documents that I would need for a trip. So that's what this envelope is for. home. Home would be like our hotel, Airbnb, what have you. That's what that's going to be for. So there's before. Before is essentially like an envelope, and this is something that I was inspired by Aya Plans and her travel binder. But I think about just like the preparation that I do before a trip and the things that I buy. So for example, like an outfit that I would need, and or any other like toiletries or something like that, since depending on the type of flight, I would possibly need like a travel size. That's what that is for. Then there's eat and drink. Eat and drink is for any like restaurants that we go to, or if we get groceries for the trip, that's what that's gonna be for. For the mems, I thought this was kind of funny. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, do I want it like events tickets? Like there are so many like excursions and stuff that we would do on a trip. Or like entertainment. So I consider those like, oh, these are for like the memorable moments. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to say for the mems. So that's what that's for. And then there's a couple of these that are actually in Tagalog. So baon. So if baon means a couple of things, but in terms of like a trip, baon is kind of like your pocket money. So like, for example, like if I ever were to go on a trip when I was younger, like my parents would be like, oh, do you want baon? Which means like, oh, do you want money to take with you on the trip that you can use for spending? So that's what that's for. So baon in Tagalog, I don't know if there's like a really like direct translation, but I kind of see it as like pocket money. So I put like shopping, upgrades. So for example, if there would be an upgrade that I can get for like the hotel or something, I don't know. Those are all things that would be in baon. And then there's also pasalubong. So pasalubong is like when you, like it's basically like a souvenir or something that you take home from your trip. So for example, like if I were to go to Hawaii, I would pull, like last time I think I pulled from gifts, but instead I would want to pull from like pasalubong because these are things that I'm just taking from my trip back home. So yeah, that's pasalubong. Then there's after. So after, I consider this kind of like, again, this is also inspired by Aya Plans, but after would kind of be for like after the trip. So if, for example, I need a recovery day, because as you know, traveling can be really, really tiresome, especially in preparation for the Philippines. I would have jet lag, so I know that I'll need a day or even two to really recover. And so recovery, that's what this after is for. And also, let's say after the flight, I need a ride home, like maybe I don't have a ride kind of set up for me. This would be like for the Uber home or something like that. So that's what after is for. Then there's miscellaneous. I debated whether or not I wanted a miscellaneous envelope, but I figured I might as well. But miscellaneous would be for anything that I don't really plan for or I didn't anticipate. Then I would put some things in miscellaneous. I feel like I have a miscellaneous in a lot of different binders, but that's what that would be for. And then lastly, this was super helpful to have in my last, or it would have been super helpful to have in my last travel binder, because there would be some times where I would use my card because I would typically keep the binder in the hotel room and just like put whatever I need into my wallet. But then it's like, okay, if I didn't have enough money or if I wanted to spend for like a very specific category and I didn't have my whole binder with me, I would then just go back to the hotel room and grab it from like that envelope, and I put it just like in a pocket in the back, but instead I just decided to do a deposit envelope similar to the one that I usually have in my wallet. So that's what that's going to be for. So yeah, so those are all of the categories that are going to be in my travel binder. So let's go ahead and get to stuffing and reallocating all of this money. So let's go ahead and just take this, empty this out. I think these are all fives. Yeah, these are all fives. I'm going to be very honest. I don't really have a plan for how much is going to be in all of these and what I really want to do with all of it, or like how I'm going to allocate it. So we're going to really just fly by the seat of my pants and figure this out together. Passport, I'm going to leave by itself, and then Philippines. So this is why when I was doing my cash condensing, I didn't really condense the bills in Philippines, because I am going to try to figure out how to reallocate all of this money. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. We have 20. We have all of these 10s. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get into stuffing all of these. The first one I want to get into is going to be documents, and that's because I already have that here. So my travel envelope, that's where this lived, which is this savings challenge that I got from Caitlin Plans Life. So this is for me to save up for a passport. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in here now that it has its own like kind of like designated envelope. And then now let's go ahead and just get into stuffing some of these. So flying, so the ticket to the Philippines is gonna be really, really expensive. Okay, so for flying, I think I'm gonna put 100, and that's only because the tickets for the Philippines are gonna be super expensive. Like tickets typically cost around like, honestly, $1,000. So in preparation for that, I do wanna stuff more into this. I might even stuff a little bit more depending on how much I spend on everything else. But for flying, I'll put 50, 70, 90, 100. Driving, I don't know if we're really going to be doing a lot of driving in the Philippines. Usually, I'm not going to really stuff driving in the Philippines because usually my mom will help us figure out how we get around. We typically have a driver, so I'm probably just going to skip that for now and maybe try to get my mom and brother to be able to pay for that. In documents, so for my passport, I don't need a visa for the Philippines, which is nice. I should have 66 in here, so let's just double count that. Wait, 11 times 9. We should have 99. I don't know why I got 66. Okay, 99. So 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 7, 8, 9. That is correct. I am almost there with this, so maybe I'll be able to put a little bit more. So for the home part for the Philippines, I actually don't have to stuff this, and that's because we're really gonna just be staying with family. So this whole Philippines trip is basically just for our family to get together back in the Philippines, because I haven't been to the Philippines in over 15 years. So this is like my chance to see everyone there and see all my family. So we don't need to get like a hotel or Airbnb because we actually have a house back there. And also we have like other family to stay with. So I'm not gonna stuff that. Before the trip, yeah, I think I'm gonna stuff like maybe $30 for now. I might reallocate more, but for now, we'll keep it at 30 because I do have other envelopes to do. Restaurants, let's stuff maybe 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way I can maybe like treat our family or something to some food. That way it's not always like, I don't know, it's kind of funny because like whenever we go to the Philippines, they always love to cook for us, but I'll at least like contribute and maybe pay for one thing or another. For the mems, I don't know if we're gonna do anything crazy. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll just stuff this $40 into for the mems, so that way if we do decide to do anything like, I don't know, like sometimes we like to go to like the resort or something and spend some money there. Maybe I'll just keep it for that. Baon, so for shopping, everything in the Philippines is super cheap, you guys. And I'm sure that's changed since, but especially in comparison to how much I would be spending on something here versus over there, it's a world of a difference. So let me go ahead and just still stuff some things because there's always like some random things that I find that I want to get for myself. So let's do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's do 30 for now. And again, I could change my mind about that, but that will be it for now. Pasalubong, even though my family is coming with me, so I wouldn't really need to bring anything back for them. My dad won't be coming with me, and then also just bringing stuff like food and snacks and stuff from the Philippines, I always love to do because there's some like snacks in the Philippines that you can really only get from the Philippines. So I will stuff a bit in here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's also do 30. So that's $30. Let me double check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. So $30 in pasalubong. I will keep doing that. So after, so because of the time difference, I will likely need a recovery day. And this is just so that way I don't have to like have money in my groceries, or pull money from my groceries. I'll probably still plan for that a little bit, but this is just so that way I have some money for after. So 5, 10, 15, 20, let's do 25. So 5, 10, 25, perfect. I'll just put 25 for now and after. Miscellaneous, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I have 25. I don't know if I want to put 25 in miscellaneous. Let's maybe put 15. And then maybe I will do documents, no, driving. I'll add a little bit more into flying since the tickets are going to be so expensive. Okay, so for flying now we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 105, 110. And the thing with flying that I'm not, like, I know that I said that the ticket's about $1,000. I'm not too hung up on having to pay the full amount because my dad said he would be helping me with my ticket. So I don't really have to save like $1,000 for flying. I'll probably want to spend save up for at least half. That's pretty much it for setting up my new travel binder, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I don't know, should I still keep this in my lineup? I'll think about it. I'll think if I really want to save it in my lineup, then I'll do so. But other than that, that's basically it for this video, you guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to do with you guys, but no, I think that's it. I just want to pause and say thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. I am just so thankful for all of you, and I just wanted to take a moment to be able to thank you all because I realized I didn't address it in this video. But thank you again so much, and I will be announcing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Please subscribe so you can see when that happens. So yeah, that's basically it, you guys. Thank you so much for coming along with me in setting up my new binder, as well as taking out some of those savings challenges from my other binders and putting them in here. All of that is really great, and I'm glad that I was able to take you guys along with me. It was kind of fun not really having a plan for what I was stuffing in my travel binder, but I'm just really excited about being able to stuff this and use it, especially when I go on my trip and any future trips. But yeah, I'm just super excited for this and in being able to hang out with you guys once again. Please comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you are not currently subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys.